guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to create a survey. Surveys are really important if you want to get feedback from your audience. Maybe you want to send it to your clients, you want to send to potential customers, your contacts. So they're very important if you want to get feedback and actually track the information you've gotten from your audience. So we use Zoho Survey and I'm going to be showing you how to use Zoho Survey. Hope you enjoy this video. So let's get right into it. Once you click on Zoho Survey, this is how it usually looks like. I'm using a different account here because we've done a couple of surveys, but I just want to show you for the first time if you're doing a survey. So this is what you will get. It's usually a dashboard, and then you can see the number of surveys here, the ones published, the ones drafts. And if you have surveys, they'll appear over here. So you'll see the surveys, the number of responses they've got, who created the survey. So let's go through the process and then you will see once now we've created how it will appear over here. So you come to create a survey, you give the survey a name. So today we're going to be doing a survey to get client feedback or customer feedback. So let's name it customer feedback, and then the category we could put marketing, then create. So this is how it looks like. This is where the question types are. For example, if you have a multiple choice kind of question, if you want a drop down, if you want a star rating, ranking, and all of those. This is basically how you do it. You drag, for example, if you want a multiple choice one, and then you type in your question over here. So maybe you can type, what service were you using this year? Right, and then you can choose to mark the question as mandatory, so that means they'll be required to fill in the answer for that question. And if they don't, this is the error they'll get, and you can choose to change this message, the error message. And then the answers, you define them over here. So for example, like ourselves, we offer Zoho implementation, training, financial services, and support. So we can do Zoho implementation, and you make sure you type them each in new lines so that they can become different choices. So we can say Zoho training and Zoho financial services, and the last one we offer is Zoho support. So yeah, and then you can choose to add another field if you'd like. Now you save this. So this is how it will look like, and then it's marked as mandatory, you can see, and it's one answer, so they'll be required to pick one answer. They can't, if they select that, they can select two answers. But another thing we usually do is we paste the answers, and I'm going to be showing you. If you have a lot of answers and you don't want to do the heavy manual of typing out the questions, I'll show you how that goes. So basically, if you want to use this method, you just drag and drop, and also depending on the placement that you want to put it, on. If you want it to be after this one, drag it at the bottom. If you want it to be on top, drag it at the top of the one that you want. But now I want to show you the other way, which personally I use because it's very easy. So let's delete this. You can see there's an option to also paste your questions here. So what I usually do is write the questions separately on Zoho Writer once I have the questions, and then I'll come and just paste them here. And then now you see how this appears. And now if you want them to be separate questions, because you can see this is a question and these are choices, so you make sure you space them out. Yeah, basically you see now once I'm spacing, they appear as separate questions. And then I'm gonna show you how to now configure the kind of question you want them to be. Yeah, now everything is now a question. You can see the preview here. So how will you describe our overall experience with us this year? We want this to be on a scale of 1 to 10. with one being least satisfied. So we're going to put NPS. NPS gives you the scale of 1 to 10, so they'd be able to choose a 4, an 8, a 5. How has your business performed this year? If you want it to be a short answer, you can select short answer. You can select long answer, or maybe you can select good or bad. So let us put short answer. What challenges have you faced this year? Let's put long answer so that they feel like adding as much information as they'd like. You see the character limit increases. How satisfied are you with the quality of our services? Um, let's put on a scale of 1 to 10. Did our services help you achieve your goal this year? We can put this as short answer or even yes or no. So if it's a no, they won't turn this on. This is a Boolean type, question type. How will you rate us? And all of this. So basically configure this to meet the type of question that you want it to be. And then once you're done, you can save this. Let me move this. You save this. So that's basically how you create a survey. But I want to change some of this so that you can see the different types of questions you can get from here. And before I do that, you can see from here, you can choose to copy an existing survey that you probably did. If this is not your first time, you can choose to get a template. If you don't want to create from scratch, and I'll show you how those templates look like. And then you can even see the ones that you trashed. So I want to show you how these question types look like. For example, if there's a question on how will you rate our business, this one, I'm gonna delete this, but I want to show you how we can do this question again. So we can put a star rating and it will look like this. So how would you rate our business, right? So make this question mandatory. Remember to make this question mandatory. And then the number of ratings is 5. They're usually 5 stars, but you can choose to change this if you want 10. If you want someone to give you 10 stars, you can change that. But we usually put 5 because that's the standard. And the shapes, you can even configure it here. So there are different kinds of shapes. If you want them to give you a thumbs up, if you want them to give you a crown, whatever. But we're just going to go with star because that's the standard. And save this. So this is how it will look like. So you can play around with here. The other option of pasting your questions, you can see it didn't come with a lot of options like here. So if you really want to narrow down and have a variety of options of the question types, you can just come here and select different question types. So for example, if we wanted a slider scale, we can ask them from 0 to 100, rate our communication. Of course, you're gonna refine these answers, these questions, I mean, based on whatever information you want to get from your audience. So if you save this, you'll see it's a slider and they'll be able to select this. If you want a ranking, there's there, metrics, long answer, short answer. If you want them to input their email such that they won't be able to put in an answer that's not an email, you can select this here. You ask them, what's your email? Right? And then have it as mandatory if you'd like to get their email or not, say this, and then they'll have to put in an answer that's an email. So basically, this section here gives you a number of variations and choices so that you can get the exact kind of information you require. If you want the full name, if you want a signature, basically comes with the configurations of that kind of answer. If you want a file upload, it will enable them to upload the file. So you can also use those survey, for example, if you're doing a job application and maybe you just want to collect more information from applicants, you can have their email, have their full name, a file upload for them to include their CV, a signature, maybe to verify that they've given the right information, contact information, and all that, all that. So this is just a dummy. So we're gonna leave it at that, and I'm going to be showing you all these other features. So if we come to settings, now we are assuming our form is done and everything is looking right. You come here and configure your settings, your survey settings. So this is basically configuring how it will appear. You can add a header here. So we usually have our own header. So your logo will appear. This is just, I don't know, I picked this logo, but put in your logo if you would like for it to be a logo. And then you can use the survey name. You remember the survey name we gave it was customer feedback, but if you want to customize it and give it your own title, that's okay. So let's just save that. Use the survey name. Save that. The footer is what will basically be the footer of that document. So let's say thank you for filling in the survey. Yes, survey. You can save that. Preferences, there are usually a couple of different options over here. So for example, show progress bar so that they can, if maybe you have 10 questions, it will show them. Once you fill a question, this is the progress you have. Once you fill the second question, the progress. Show question numbers, enable capture, show the previous button, skip the first page. So for example, if you have a lot of questions with different pages now, because the number of questions will determine the number of pages that you have. So you can skip the first page, rename the button field. So the submit button, you can put in whatever you'd like. The next button, basically just change this according to how you want it to be like. And then compliance, make sure that the service is complying with the standard data regulation and security principles. And then let's go to languages. You can make it accessible to your respondents in multiple languages. So English is just the default, but if you want to change the language, there are different options over there. Introduction page. This is usually a page that will come before they see the actual questions. So add whatever information you feel is necessary to add in the introduction page. But for us, we usually don't add because we want to make this process as easy as possible. So we don't want our recipients to have to read a lot of information before they fill out the survey, because people can click the link to your survey and end up not completing the survey. So we usually like to make it very simple. Terms and conditions. If you feel this is necessary, you just enable and then you write up your terms and conditions, put in the condition label, and then save. You can have a timer, so manage the time each person spends on a survey or on each of the pages. So maybe you want to do like a quiz. There are multiple ways you can use the whole survey. It doesn't have to be a survey. So maybe you just want a quiz, right? You can set the timer. Save and continue later. That's self-explanatory. You can allow them to save their progress and then come back once they click on the link again. And then these are just another bunch of features that we won't get into right now for the purposes of this video, but I'll quickly just show you social media preview. Um, this is the text, the title, the logo that will appear once you share your survey on social media. So you can customize how you want it to look on social media here. You can choose to include the survey title or the text that you put, maybe a survey logo or a specific image of which you can input over here, and then a description. So yeah, you can choose that. And basically that's it for most of these features. Then let's go to themes. Let me move this here. Okay, so themes is basically how it will look like, and you can choose. These are the options that are there. So this is the basic one, but let's maybe choose something more a bit fun. So let's preview this. You can preview it before you actually apply it. See, and you can also edit some of the features that it comes with. So customize it as much as you'd like for it to look like. So add your colors, your brand colors and everything. So I'm just going to apply this because I already know how this looks like. So I've already applied it, and to look something like this, right? The next the next one is hub. Hub is where all the integrations and the triggers are. You can choose to integrate with Zoho CRM so that your responses go to CRM directly. For the people who fill in the form, go to CRM. So you can add them as contacts, add them as leads, whatever. So recruit. Remember, I was telling you you want to do like a survey for applicants, right? Because Zoho Recruit is for recruiting. Integrated with Zoho Recruit so that you get the information directly into Zoho Recruit, and then you can view your data from there. Zoho Sheets, if you want to add the information shared into a Zoho Sheet, the same as Google Sheets. For Sales IQ, if you want to track your website visitors by their names and email addresses. So, for example, you post this link in your website, or you include a section in your website where people can click the link to go to the survey. So, Sales IQ will be able to help you track the people who visit by their names and their addresses. Sales IQ is a really helpful tool for website visits. So I'd recommend that. Salesforce, if you've used some of these apps, you know the purposes that they serve, right? So Salesforce will help you add your responses to Salesforce, Microsoft Teams, Power BI for generating those analytics and reports, and Pipedream. And then triggers. So trigger is something that will happen once something happens before it. I hope that's making sense. So, for example, like a email will be sent once a response is submitted. You can choose to set a trigger email. So, once someone responds to the survey, they'll receive an email. So, you can configure this who it's from, your email, sender from, add your name to their email addresses, and then specify the subject and then type in your message here. And now, once they finished filling in the survey and submit it, they'll be able to get a thank you email. A trigger function, this one is for websites and also a webhook. So, track helps you track the traffic to your survey. So, you can choose to use Google Analytics, Tag Manager, or Facebook Pixel if you're posting the link on Facebook and you want to advertise it on Facebook. So the next step is usually to launch your survey. So once you click publish, your survey goes live, and then you will be able to get a link to go with it. You can choose SMS, create an SMS campaigns, Zoho campaigns and MailChimp. You can let's go over here, access. So this is where you'll get the link. Copy the link, share it to your social media, to whatever. You can even share with these social media platforms that are here. You can even get a QR code, post it on your social media, have people scan the QR code to go directly to the survey. Visibility, you can have it public. Anyone with a link can click and go right to the survey, or you can make it private where you select specific people you want to view. So you configure that over here. But we want this to be public, and just a bunch of features over here that you should feel free to explore if and when you decide to use Zoho Survey. And basically, that's it. That's how you create a survey on Zoho Survey. I quickly want to show you some of the templates that Zoho Survey has, because remember we've created this from scratch. But if we come to templates gallery, you're going to be seeing that Zoho Survey comes with a couple of templates for different kinds of surveys that you'd like. So for example, this is a customer satisfaction survey, right? So there's so many customer feedback, customer retention. If you have a new feature feedback, if you want to get feedback from your clients, there are just so many. I say HR policies and satisfaction if you're doing one for each. If you're a HR person and you want to send out a survey to employees, what else? See, employees, performance. If you want to do performance reviews, there are so many, and they are grouped. So this one is for education. So maybe you have a school and you want to get feedback from various departments in the school, from the parents. There are so many. For marketing, if you want to do advertisements, category surveys, you know, there's just so many. For non-profit, people who have NGOs, that's why we usually say anyone, no matter what your business does, can use Zoho. So no matter the industry you're in, there's something for you. People in government, people with business surveys, e-commerce. There are so many. It comes with the questions that you can ask. So you really don't have to think about the questions and everything. So for example, like this one is for market segmentation, right? Let's do something different. For example, someone in event planning survey. The questions are tailor made to fit the kind of survey that you're doing. So it's very, very easy. You literally don't have any excuse for not doing surveys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if it helped you. Share with someone who might benefit from creating surveys or who might benefit from the resource that is this video. Subscribe to our channel and also be on the lookout for our how-tos playlist. If there's anything you're going to watch on this channel, it's the how-tos playlist because it comes with a lot of resources and tips and tutorials on how to use Zoho for your business. So thanks for watching up until here. Have a lovely day.